God, what have I done?
I have come down from the taste test sugar high and I feel different. But we must soldier on with a different type of test. See, when we first introduced the Fruit Loops Pops to the Peeps Jousting, we ultimately decided not to include them in the bracket, simply out of fairness sake. So I need to test and make sure the Mike and Ike's Peeps are like a valid contender in this fight. Though they have secured a place in my heart as like my favorite flavor array of Peeps, sorry sour watermelon, I don't want them to have an unfair disadvantage when it comes to combats. So we're gonna do a few preliminary test matches here, okay? The first pair will have all of the Peeps off the pop, as squished as they may get in that process. We'll see how that affects things. How it worked with the Fruit Loops Peeps was it seemed that the existing puncture meant their bodies didn't swell the same as a standard Peep did, but their heads still went. It made for contact in combat, but not necessarily a puncture to determine a clear winner. So that will be our first pair of matches, and then our second pair of matches, I'm just gonna cut the stick that holds them together apart and leave it in the Peep so I don't have to mangle them at all. The existing hole will be filled, and we'll see how that might affect their combat chances. If there's anything I've learned from Mythbusters, it's that the only difference between science and fucking around is documentation. These guys are already kind of at a disadvantage simply by being so squished in the packaging they come in. The standard Peeps have like those solid trays to keep them from getting too smashed in transit, and these guys don't have that luxury. So I'm going to I think these guys already look pretty squished, so these are going to be the set that I use for the off-stick test, and then we will cut these guys kind of between here. Again, I will try as hard as I can not to like incision them, but that's the metrics. Stay tuned for the tests, and we will see how this goes.